is when I watched Naruto, when I was back into it, I did notice that you guys played Orochimaru, and the character. and for me, that character kind of creeps me out. You know what I'm saying? So my question to you is, what did it feel like to sort of kind of twist your voice into that character? That's
That was really fun. It was really fun. It was so creepy. I didn't know if I was the right guy for the job when I first saw the character, and I heard the original Japanese voice. I was thinking, I can't come close to that. But they kind of let me play with it for a while, and it was so creepy. The people in the booths when I was auditioning for that were kind of squirming in their seats and went, oh, that's really icky. So it kind of worked out, but yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah.
And very delicious. Snakes taste good.
Hi, Steve.
Hi.
I have kind of a question going again to Cora. Did you try to look out for the Mike and Brian's Avatar series, or were you scouted from them?
They held a regular audition process, like they do for most big cartoons. It was through my agency. It was probably a nationwide thing. I don't know, but I auditioned. I don't even remember how I auditioned for that. I think I did it from my home studio. I sent in my audition, got a call back for it, read again, and then they chose me for the role. And I squealed like a little fangirl.
Did you ever watch the Avatar series?
I've seen some of it. I haven't seen a lot of it, and I saw it out of sequence too. I don't even hardly watch my own shows. I only saw Cowboy Bebop 2 years ago for the first time. So, yeah, I'm busy. I work a lot, and I'm driving around. I live in LA, and most of my job really is driving around from session to session or doing auditions. And then at night I'm doing auditions also. I don't really have much of a social life. I don't have a lot of time to follow 26 episode series, and especially when I'm working on a lot of them. And even less so with games. I just don't have the time to do it. So you guys know a lot more about what I do than I do. Thank you.
Since I cannot hack your odds, I have to use this simple math.
The laughing man. You guys know who that is?
Yeah.
Ghost in the Shell, baby. That's awesome.
I just stand yes and sing, that's right.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Question?
Yes.
It's been told to me, I now can believe it, knowing that your vocal range from the various characters you play, but this weird character from Trigon Episode 5, the father of the Nebraska family, did you do that voice of that character?
I certainly did. Good ear. Very good ear. Yeah, I was writing for that show, and I wrote myself in for that character. I loved him so much. I thought he was cool. So.
All right. Hi, Steve.
Hi.
I'm really freaking out, but
Me too. We're all family here. We're all related, right? Love you too, son.
Okay, so I just finished Mass Effect 2, and I absolutely love the character Grudge, so I was wondering...
Thank you.
But yeah, so I was wondering, what is the difference between voice acting for anime and voice acting for video games?
Oh, it's very different, actually. For anime, I'm in a room by myself, kind of padded room, because they don't trust me anyway. Well, anime is just a lot more technical. We're watching what's going on the screen, we're watching time codes, we're listening for things that the directors are giving us, and we have to fit it in to what was done before, and hopefully honor the original Japanese intent. With video games, especially for games like Mass Effect, we get to sort of create them in the booth. We have a director with us who holds context, since the script is like, 20 million pages long. The director, I rely on the director very heavily to tell me what I'm doing in every scene, and they just give the lines and say go, and I scream as loud as I can, for as long as I can. So it's and also we have to do a lot more lines. In a typical episode of an anime, I would do maybe 40, 50 lines of my character. We do it maybe 1 or 2 times each. In a typical video game session, I'll do sometimes 600 lines, and we'll do those 3 to 5 times each. So we just have to keep going so fast because the universe is so huge. So technically, it's just a whole different animal.
Yeah, do you have a little bit of grunts prepared, or?
Yeah. It's going to sound just like Gridlock. It's funny. They tweak the voice a little bit on those. So yeah, I think I have some grunt in here. I can't remember all these things. I know I have some grunt. Here he is. Okay. I'd never stab you in the back, Shepard. Warriors like you and me, straight to the face. I have clan, kin, and enemies to fight.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Very well, sir.
First of all, I want to thank you for coming to Seattle.
Thank you for having me in Seattle.
I have a question and I have a request.
Yes.
My question is, do you think you can tell us some of your upcoming game work that you have coming up?
I'm not allowed to talk about upcoming games unless they give me the okay, and I actually have to sign a legal document that says I won't talk about it. So Guild Wars 2 is coming. It's going to be coming pretty soon, I think, finally, the new stuff. Yeah, game stuff, other game stuff, I got literally probably a dozen more games that are coming. Probably at the end of this year and some next year, and I have to wait till they're officially announced at the gaming conventions. The biggest upcoming thing that I have is Koro. That's what I can talk about right now, and I can't even tell you any more than what the trailer told you. So they literally swear us to secrecy.
That's a bummer, but I can understand that. My request is, you play a character on Black Ops in Zombies.
Yes.
And there is a comment you make when you kill a zombie. You basically call him a bitch. And if you know what I'm talking about, if you could recite that line.
I don't know what that line is, but he usually says something like, "Die, freak bag, meat sack, bitch!" Sorry, Mom, come on. He said it first.
It's the one where you say D to the I to the A, zom bitch.
D to the I to the A, zom bitch is what I said? Oh, I didn't even remember that. I remember him complaining that they got blood on his shoes. That was something he complained about often, yeah. D to the I to the A, zom bitch. D to the I to the A, zom bitch! Did you guys hear our Christmas album? We actually did a zombie Christmas album. In Call of Duty Black Ops, there were these 4 guys, for those of you who don't know the game, and our function was to kill zombies through that section of the game. And we actually took some well-known Christmas carols, and we made them all about killing zombies. And we had to take it off of YouTube because we got in big trouble for doing it. So we did it for free, we did it for fun, but we got in big trouble, so we probably won't do it again, but it's still up there somewhere. You can probably find it.
Okay. I love your work on Rage, and thanks again.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Excellent.
2 quick things. Number one, I wanted to know what your experience was like coming back to Toonami for the night.
It was awesome. They called me about 2 weeks before they were going to do this stunt, and they asked me if I'd be interested. I said, how long do I have to get down to the studio? I had the car. I was in the car with the keys going, you know. No, I was really, really excited. I loved Toonami as much as you guys did, and especially later on when I found out that I sort of raised all of you. I did all those sessions, all the Toonami bumps and everything else. I did from a studio by myself over the phone with the guys in Atlanta. And so I never really saw what was going out there. I never really got much feedback as to who was watching and how many people were affected by it. And I started going to conventions several years back, and all of a sudden people kept coming up to me saying, you know, you're the voice of my childhood and stuff. And it's like, what? That many people were watching. And so it was crazy for me to find out how many people Toonami affected. And so to get the chance to do that again that night was amazing. Did you guys see it on April Fool's? Did you see it?